The National Basketball Association is a professional basketball league in North America. The league is composed of 30 teams and is one of the major professional sports leagues in the United States and Canada. It is the premier men's professional basketball league in the world. NBA fans are always hungry for NBA knowledge. I'm sure that some of you out there have every year's champion memorized from past to present. In other cases, I'm sure some people have their favorite team's history memorized from top to bottom. NBA is now more than 71 years old. It has got an amazing history which is full of facts, events, and awards. People are always looking for facts about their favorite players or teams. Thousands of facts are all over the internet. The NBA is an active member of USA Basketball, which is recognized by the FIBA as the national governing body for basketball in the United States. The league's several international as well as individual team offices are directed out of its head offices in Midtown Manhattan, while its NBA Entertainment and NBA TV studios are directed out of offices located in Secaucus, New Jersey. In North America, the NBA is the third wealthiest professional sports league after the National Football League and Major League Baseball by revenue, and among the top 4 in the world. However, what about the more random NBA trivia? For example, when was Michael Jordan drafted? Which Hall of Famer had his number retired by the Harlem Globetrotters? Here are 20 facts you weren't earlier familiar with regarding NBA. Providence, Rhode Island once had a team. The NBA first came to be as the Basketball Association of America in 1946, and one of the teams was called the Providence Steamrollers. This squad lasted a total of 3 seasons, putting together a cumulative record of 46-122. I've gotta say, I'm not surprised. With a name like the Steamrollers, I can imagine it'd be hard to attract talented players. The Raptors weren't Toronto's first basketball team. Believe it or not, the Raptors and then Vancouver Grizzlies weren't the first NBA teams to tip off north of the border. That honor belongs to the Toronto Huskies, one of the first teams in the league. However, at that point, Canada proved to be a tough basketball market as the Huskies lasted just 1 season, going 22-38 and missing the playoffs. Muggsy Boggs was a first-round pick. At 5'3", Muggsy Boggs is the smallest player to ever play in the NBA, seeing as how he averaged just 8.3 points and 6.6 assists in 4 years at Wake Forest. One wouldn't think he was a first-round pick. One would be wrong, as the Washington Bullets selected the diminutive point guard with the 12th overall pick in the 1987 draft. He would go on to have a 14-year career, making his bones as a defensive threat and a decent passer. In terms of scoring, he only averaged 10-plus points 3 times. Still, he became something of a folk hero with his height and has many fans to this day. Robert Parrish averaged under 20 points per game for his career. Robert Parrish is easily one of the greatest centers to ever play the game. A 7-footer, he won 4 championship rings and played in 9 All-Star games during his 21-year career. That said, one would think that his numbers were off the charts being a member of the dominant Celtics teams of the 1980s. Rather, Parrish was not a dominant scoring center. He averaged higher than 18 points 5 times. Given that, Parrish finished his career with a fairly an average career average of 14.5 points per game. Chris Webber never played 1 game for the team that drafted him. As a member of the University of Michigan's Fab Five, Chris Webber was an absolute stud on the court. In 2 years with the Wolverines, he averaged 17.4 points and 10 rebounds per game. Sure enough, the Orlando Magic took him with the first overall pick in the 1993 NBA draft and immediately traded him to the Golden State Warriors for Anthony Penny Hardaway. Not many people know that the Warriors didn't draft the future Hall of Famer. Shaquille O'Neal had a rap hit. I'm not ashamed to admit that when I was playing playground basketball, this song would be playing in my head while I took my shots. Listen and laugh, folks. Dave DeBusschere played professional baseball. Dave DeBusschere may be best known as one of the best forwards of his generation, finishing his 12-year career with averages of 16.1 points and 11 rebounds per game. However, Deion Sanders better move over. DeBusschere was also a 2-sport athlete who spent 2 seasons in Major League Baseball as well. A pitcher with the Chicago White Sox, DeBusschere spent 2 years with the team. Over that stretch, he went 3-4 with a 2.90 ERA and 1.38 WHIP. Now we know why he switched to basketball, I guess. Ray Allen's real first name is Walter. Seriously, who knew? Then again, can we blame him after the emergence of this guy? Pau Gasol went to medical school. Gasol's face says it all in this picture. I could have been a doctor, and now I'm stuck in Los Angeles sharing the ball with an egomaniac named Kobe. Hellppp. Kobe Bryant's middle name is Bean. My best guess is that Kobe's middle name comes from his father, Joe Jelly Bean Bryant. Either way, it's kind of hilarious having your middle name be the same as a delicious legume. Rasheed Wallace had his ring made to fit the middle finger. I'm guessing maybe so he could flip people the bird in style. Vladimir Radmanovic in the Nutcracker. Just when I thought there weren't enough reasons to laugh, Radmanovic. Here we have another one, it seems. Wilt Chamberlain had his number retired by the Harlem Globetrotters. That's right, folks. Before he was taking the NBA by storm, Wilt Chamberlain was one of the fun-loving goofballs on the Harlem Globetrotters. His signature trick, picking up Captain Meadowlark Lemon off the ground and throwing him high in the air before catching him. He spent just 1 year with the team, and on March 9, 2000, they retired his No. 13. The three-point shot originated in the ABA. Believe it or not, the fan-favorite three-point shot wasn't always in the NBA. It started in the ABA, which was known for more flashy play and showmanship. The NBA didn't adopt this new rule until the 1979 to 1980 season. The rest, as they say, is history. Tim Duncan's famous Merlin tattoo. Well, now we know what Duncan's favorite Disney flick is. Kobe Bryant met his wife at a rap video shoot. Who needs Match.com when you have a hip-hop music video set? Not Kobe Bryant, who met ex-wife Vanessa on the set of a video by Thaw Eastades while taking a break from recording an album of his own. I think we know which group was more successful in their musical endeavors, don't you? Carmelo the Class Clown. Apparently, Carmelo Anthony has a bit of a humorous streak. When he was in grade school, he got detention for introducing himself to students and teachers as Tyrone. His reason? They couldn't pronounce Carmelo. Vince Carter the musician. Well, folks, just when we were running out of reasons to make fun of the washed-up Vince Carter, here's another one. He was a drum major in high school. Not gonna lie, I'm not feeling him in that uniform. LeBron James was not the first great high school sensation in the NBA. Believe it or not, LeBron James was not the first highly touted high school prospect to play in the NBA. And I'm talking about Hype alone. That honor belongs to Moses Malone, a center forward who spent 19 years in the league. He ended up having a great career despite not playing any college ball. Over those 19 years, Malone won 3 MVP awards, made 12 consecutive All-Star teams, and won a championship with the Philadelphia 76ers in 1983. When he retired, he averaged 21.9 points and 12.9 rebounds for his career. In 2001, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Manute Ball's Lion escapades. Manute Ball was 7'7" and weighed a spindly 200 pounds. Yet, this guy packed something of a punch. One of his favorite stories to tell was about him killing a lion with a spear. If that happened, Ball is a man I would not have wanted to mess with. Jump balls used to be after every basket. Man, can you imagine how long each game would last if this were the case? Forget about games being on TV. The league wouldn't be able to afford it. Bill Russell wasn't always associated with the Boston Celtics. Many know Bill Russell as the phenomenal center who spent years with the Boston Celtics, with whom he won 11 championships. He even won 2 as a player-coach. Russell also spent time at the helm of 2 more teams. From 1973 to 1977, he coached the Seattle Supersonics, and for part of one season, in 1987 to 1988, he coached the Sacramento Kings. His time with those teams wasn't bad, but nowhere near as good as his time in Beantown. The furthest he got with Seattle was the conference semifinals, and with Sacramento, he didn't even last the whole season.